Um, so I'm continuing my interviews with the at-large senators, and we have one of them here today to talk about the position. My name is Ada, and I'm the director of the Office of Civic Engagement, and we're conducting these interviews in spring quarter of 2021 before the first combined Senate and Executive Board elections that we've ever had at Western. So that's pretty exciting, and we hope after this interview you consider running yourself. And so I'm going to pass it off to you to talk a little bit more about yourself as a person and introduce yourself.
All right, so my name is Anna Hedrick. I use she, her pronouns, and this is my first year at Western. I'm undeclared for my major, but I plan on applying to the design program, and I'm also interested in journalism. My position in the Senate is I'm an at-large student senator, and I decided to run because I wanted to have an active voice in my school and make a positive difference. I aim to represent the students, staff, and the faculty, and to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, especially for the BIPOC community. And I also wanted a part-time job to help pay for college, because of course college is very expensive. If I had any advice for someone who's running, I'd say to think about why you're running and what's motivating you to become a senator in the first place. So maybe you just want a job, kind of like I did, or you're also wanting to improve or implement very specific or broad changes that you believe will benefit students. So doing kind of like a self-reflection and asking yourself those questions will help you be more passionate and also a critical thinker, which can help you be a competitive candidate when it comes to writing the application essays and doing interviews. So really having that conversation with yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I running? And then finding something you're passionate about, specifically about that job, will help you stand out as a candidate. What is being a senator like, and what skills do you want to develop in your role? So being a senator is a responsibility in and of itself. You're literally holding a position of civic power, and so you have to be committed, go to meetings, be communicative well with other senators. You have to use your voice and remember to be outspoken, but also in an honest and respectful way. Being a very reliable worker and a cooperative team member is something that's really important. And I think that when it comes to solving issues and working to try to find solutions, addressing maybe things that people haven't thought of, or like smaller details can help bring the bigger picture together and might help you be an asset to your team. So that's kind of like the skills and different things maybe you want to be thinking about. I haven't been in this position long, but just kind of a general sense of what I've been feeling so far. And then for the last question, what are my goals? My goals are to represent and support the constituency here at Western and to work hard to help find solutions or ways to deal with campus issues or situations that need attention. So for example, the BSO demands or the Black Student Organization demands, and helping the math course success in kind of like those first year math courses. Just kind of some issues and situations that I picked up on that need attention, and I think I want to work toward finding solutions for ways to deal with it. So I guess in summary, just be passionate, be committed, be reliable, and do your best. Just go for it.
Thank you. Those are all great things. I was wondering, is there anything on that list of questions that I provided that you'd like to elaborate on, or anything you didn't get to say?
I guess specifically for advice for someone who's running, for my from my experience in applying, we had to do different essays. And I guess this is just kind of a specific but more broad piece of information for applying for things, is when the prompt is asking you, for example, to state maybe why you're into diversity, equity, inclusion, and how you're going to promote that. One good way is to provide specific instances, whether it be from school or from a job you've taken, an internship, taking specific examples from your life as evidence to prove why you'd be a good candidate and why you think you would be a good person for this position, why you think you would promote, I mean, this is just my example, diversity, equity, inclusion. Making it personal to you and kind of just proving yourself to be the best person for this position is really helpful. And I think that's what helps you stand out.
I'm wondering if you could elaborate on, I know personally from my experience being an at-large senator, when I first came to Western, I wasn't coming in, I came from a pretty traditional background of, high school to college, and it only been like a month into my college career when I decided to run. What would you say to people that maybe don't have that much experience at Western, or that much like professional experience in general, and maybe think that they not necessarily aren't worthy or are not prepared, or don't have the confidence to run based on what they think they're capable of?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I guess kind of just trusting yourself, and also you might think you're not capable enough or you're not qualified enough, but you'd be surprised if you maybe looked at your list of things that you've done that maybe could prepare you for the position. So maybe it was in high school you were a babysitter, or you were a waiter at a local diner. So just like little things or little jobs that you've been doing that kind of just show you're responsible, you're smart, you're hardworking, you're probably a really good student, you probably get good grades, and if you have a big family, you're probably maybe helping out with taking care of younger siblings. So even if these things just seem ordinary to you and make you feel quote unquote normal or not qualified, just remember that everything you do or every kind of duty or responsibility you take on is kind of preparing yourself for that professional position. And you can't begin to get into the professional world if you don't put yourself out there. So just kind of believing in yourself and reminding yourself, I've got this and I'm going to do the best I can, even if things are kind of uncertain or maybe even you're scared or nervous, is something that will help you.
Awesome. Well, I think that's everything that I had questions about, and thanks for elaborating on that last bit.
Of course.